Think we're live? Welcome to Izzo's place. We're going to talk about building stuff tonight. Don't mind me, I'm waiting for see if my iPad shows me. Can we get feedback? Oh, I doubt we can. Let's find out though. Watching myself on the iPad. I'm sure that's not unusual at all. Don't mind me, I'm waiting for see if my iPad shows me. Okay, it does. Can we get feedback? That's interesting. I always wondered what the delay was when I watch other people live streaming. That's very interesting. All right, today's the Friday wrap-up show. So on Monday, that first live stream, I forgot to tell you what the plan was for the week. So I'll tell you what the plan was. I'll tell you how badly the plan went. We still got some good work done, but it wasn't a great week. All right, so originally my plan is, let's see, Monday I was in the shop. I was making cabinets, staining, finishing them mostly. And then the week was supposed to be centered on that one job, the bookshelf job. But things always come up. So Tuesday, I got a call that the glass company was going to be installing the shower walls at a job for a wonderful customer that's been waiting way too long for their bathroom. So I had to change Thursday for that. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was able to stay on that bookshelf job. I got them far enough along by Wednesday night that the cabinets were all in, the mantle, the panel was in. And I didn't have quite enough time to get the moldings and the shelves stained and finished. So then Thursday, I told him, I'm so sorry, gotta have these shower walls in. So the shower walls went in, not quite up to the standard I was hoping for. So the glass people are gonna have to come out one more time next Friday, and hopefully that poor family will have their bathroom done. Yeah, sometimes stuff like that happens. I mentioned last week that good old COVID took me down, and I'm not quite as energetic as I used to be. So that poor bathroom, those poor people, that demo started last February. So that's kind of unreasonable. It did reflect a little in the price. Gave some discounts because of how long it took. I felt that was unreasonable, and I wanted to show my appreciation for their patience. So knocked a little bit off the price to help out, and so far they still like me. Probably do more work there at that house. So that's a good thing. So that was Thursday, and then I had agreed to help for 3 days on a cabinet install. Fortunately, they didn't, and I agreed months ago. But I always tell them, like, stuff comes up, I don't know. So I told them late last week that, like, look, things haven't been going smoothly. I probably can't give you all 3 days. Like, what's the minimum you need me? So they begged me for either Thursday or Friday. So then today, for being Friday, I went out, helped them finish, take it as far as they go. That job's not done. They'll call me when more parts are ready. But took that job as far as we could today. And now I've got a few things I got to do for a couple hours, and then I'm going to be right back here this evening, staining and finishing stuff. I'll work a little bit over the weekend, so that way we can get that bookshelf done next week. So, best laid plans of mice and men, especially when you're a maniac carpenter working for yourself. I have some helpers from time to time. Oh, we got someone. I'm forgetting to look at the chat. Hey, Matthew, good to see you there, buddy. So some of the people watching are probably people that have worked with me before. I sent out a couple of links this evening. So that was how the week went. So didn't go to plan. Wasn't a bad week. Got quite a bit done. All right, Rex Robinson, how you doing, Skylar? And then, but it wasn't a bad week. Got some things accomplished. Not quite as far as I wanted on the one job, but we'll pick it back up again next week and keep rolling with this ball. All right, so just to give you a little safety tip. So last year I went on an estimate, And when I was coming out of the customer's house, it was very dark. They had some fresh blacktop for their driveway, and I hit some black ice. And um, I don't know what it looked like, but it felt like I went completely horizontal and landed. And there's no good way to show you. So I keep my tape measure now front pocket, but at the time I had it on my belt, and it was like right behind one of my kidneys. And I landed right on that tape measure. And I honestly didn't think I was going to get up. I thought I was going to have to find my phone, call the customer, call 911, something. But I did grunt and groan, and I finally did get up. Didn't break anything, fortunately. I was sore for 3 or 4 days. But all that to tell you, I'm going to give you some safety tips for winter. I don't know where you're watching from. You might not have winter where you're watching from, but I know a lot of us do. So just to give you some safety tips, man, and in the dark, and if the driveway's dark, don't trust anything because it'll hurt. So what you want to do is you want to always in the winter be wearing shoes, boots, something with traction, so that way it gives you an edge up on that. Also, you don't want to maybe take shortcuts like that. If something's not plowed right, don't take a shortcut through it. Maybe you do that in the summer, but no, don't take any shortcuts. Try to walk where you can see what you're doing, see where there's no ice. And of course, even when you go into a building in the winter, even if you survive the ice from the outside, your shoes are probably going to be wet, so you might slip and fall as you're entering a building. So that's very, very dangerous. So what's the most dangerous step in the winter? It's the first step. Whether you're coming out of your house, out of your car, out of a building, it's that first step that could make or break you. So prepare yourself mentally when you're dealing with the frigid weather. Just be ready. Be ready if you're dealing with stairs. Grab a handrail, grab something to hold on to. And then if you can't avoid walking on the snow and ice, there's things you can do. So you can point your feet like a penguin. You point them slightly out as you walk. That's going to give you a little bit better traction, a little bit better center of gravity. And you can even like bend over a little bit forward while you walk. So that way that's going to keep you the most secure, the most balanced as you're walking in the winter. So you might not want to keep your hands in your pockets. Keep them out so you got balance. Maybe be careful what you're carrying. Don't carry too much, or carry enough so that you're balanced either way. And that is going to keep you safe in winter. Maybe you'll avoid trying to do a flying horizontal kick and land on your tape measure. It is not fun. So that's what I got for you for safety for this week. We'll go over next week's plan on Monday when I figure out next week's plan. But I did want to show you a project that I'm going to be working on. So in the last live stream, I showed you the glass mosaic tile that we're going to be doing. Let's flip this camera around. All right, so here's another one of those projects that I just don't have time for. I'm not getting paid for it, so it's not something that gets worked on very often. So I am working on an electric cello. So I'm calling it the hillbilly cello. If you're a hillbilly, please don't be offended. I love you. But I'm calling this the hillbilly cello because it's mostly a 2x4. So what I've done is I ordered this. I did not make this yet. So this piece the fingerboard came as one piece. It is rough though under here. I mean, I could get a splinter. So it's gonna take a little bit of work, some sanding. I bought some pegs. They weren't the right size hole. So I bought a hole reamer and a peg reamer so I can make those pegs for the strings fit real good. The bridge, I did not make that either. And I've attached it in a very unorthodox way just so I don't have to rely on pressure yet. Cool, thank you, Matthew. So I bought this. It's for an electric violin, but I bought this little pickup. I don't know if it works yet. I haven't had time to finish this enough where we can test it. But of course, I've got the bottom of that board carved out, and the wire comes out that little hole. I got it just temporary there for some pressure, and it plugs into a little receiver. And the receiver, I've got that mortised out, so it fits in there real nice. All right, so the next few steps for this, I gotta get the pegs sized and in, and then I've got to decide exactly how I'm going to secure, and I can't remember what this is called. I played the cello since I was in 4th grade, and I can't remember what this thing's called. I also can't remember how I was going to put this on there. Oh, maybe it was just like that. All right, so this will be held up by the string tension once I get it far enough along that I can put strings on. But anyway, so hopefully I'll get this done. Just this weird version is just to test it, to make sure that I can that it actually works, that it sounds decent, that I can play it, and then I have some pretty cool ideas for future ones if this is successful. And I know usually that stuff's made out of maple, but I got these crazy big boards. They're probably just off of a pallet, but I got those crazy boards. I might even just try to make my own fingerboard for the next go around. So we'll see. So that's just one of many projects. Again, that's a project of love. I don't get any money for that. So that's pretty much all I got for you for a little recap. I do have some stuff that has to happen this evening, so thanks for joining me. Please go ahead and, let's see, and I've been paying attention to the chat. I don't even know if anyone is chatting. Just make sure there's no questions. All right, cool. But that's all I got for you this week. Eventually, these live streams might get bigger. Who knows? Depends on what people want to see, and if you want to see any tips or tricks, or we can make little projects together, we'll figure it out. But thanks for joining me tonight, and we'll see you next time.